Divine kings and queens, I do my amazing, beautiful ones, wherever you are, whatever it is that you are doing. Enjoy it. May you have a beautiful day, beautiful morning, beautiful night. Okay. So, I was thinking about life, okay? All the betrayals, all the pains, all the sufferings that we go through, all those craziness that we got to deal with. And so I was thinking, like, why do we gotta suffer to a certain extent, right? And I mean, I understand, right? I understand that people like us, God's people are here trying to figure things out, trying to be of service, not to just their own mission, but not just their own community, but trying to find something, some type of clarity to the world, right? God's people, right? So why are those people specifically got to go through certain things, right? So at the end of it all, I came to this conclusion, right? Basically, it's a level of awareness, right? It's a level of awareness where all of your life troubles become life principles. All of your life troubles, they become your life principles. But this is why I say a level of awareness, because we must be aware in order for us to know what to be aware of, right? So, for example, you ever seen those signs, right? Those signs on those gates, right? When you go places, when they have dogs. Speaking of dogs, right? Tommy, that's your confirmation right here. So, like, those gates that have, beware of dogs, right? So if you don't see the sign, right? If you're not aware of the sign, right? You're not aware of the sign, right? So if you're not aware of the sign, what's going to happen? You're going to go, in that door, in that backyard, in that front yard, and you're going to get bit by a dog. You know why? Because you was not aware of the sign. You was not aware of the beware of dogs. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing, right? So our life troubles, in order for us to see, to understand the principles, all the principles beyond our life troubles, our lives troubles, or our life troubles, right? So in order for us to understand and see all the principles beyond all those troubles, right? All those messed up events. So we must be aware, okay? Just like the dog, just like the sign, right? If we're not aware, what's going to happen is we are going to repeat the same mistakes, and we're going to get bit. And we're going to get bit by life, okay? We're going to have our toes missing by life. We're going to have our calves being bit by life, okay? We won't be able to even, walk properly. So that's going to cause delay. So now, in order for us to be aware of those life principles, one must know what to be aware of in the first place. Okay, just like when we was going to that gate, like inside of the house, inside of the front yard, the mailman didn't see the sign, right? Beware of dog. So if the mailman has seen that sign, right, he already know that, hey, I know that, okay, I'm gonna put that in my mind that as soon as I open that gate, as soon as I step inside, I gotta expect that there might be a dog in there, okay? But even though there was no dog there, but the fact that the sign said that there might be a dog, there is dog there, okay? Even though the dog might not be there, but you gotta know that any day you can go in there. Are you like, okay, a mailman might go there like 7 days a week, right? But even though some days he doesn't see the dog, but he knows that there's a dog, so he always got to be aware. So it's the same thing. It's like, this is why many of us, we go through life, right? And then we keep on repeating the same mistakes, right? It's because that we are not aware of the life principles. We're not aware of what to be aware of, okay? We're not aware of the things, especially like all the things that we needed to learn, all the principles that we needed to apply in our lives. we were not aware of those, so that's why we got to repeat those situations, those events. Okay, we got to have ourselves into those type of environments in order for us to learn again all those principles that we missed. This is why we failed the class, so now we got to retake it. So we got to get it back on track, and then we can move on to the next step. So it's a level of awareness where our life troubles become our life principles. In order for us to really understand and know what our life principles are, we got to be aware of the principles in the first place. So if we're not aware of the principles, we're going to fail the class. If we're not aware of the key points of the meaning behind our situations, the meanings behind the troubles, the pains, the suffering, right? We will have to repeat the class again, okay? We will have to learn again because we missed something, okay? We missed something. But at the end, right? But at the end, even though you would have to repeat those lessons again, but at the end, you would come to a conclusion that everything that you learn again are life principles, okay? It's always gonna have, it will always be life principles, no matter what happens, okay? No matter what happens. You done bad, you go back to school, you do this again, or you fail a class, and then you go back. You're still gonna learn more things, more life principles. So that those life principles, those are the ones that we must be aware of. We must know, hey, okay, I know I failed that time, okay? Here are the key points, okay? This is where I failed, okay? This is where I can improve myself, okay? This is where I can do this better. And then once we do that, that's when we are aware of the life principles. So I was going to say, look, I was going to title this message, The Power of Awareness, but how can one be aware if they're not even aware of their own life? Okay, it's like, how can you be aware, right? If you're not even aware of, like, yourself. Because the power of awareness, like, once we are living, right? Okay, let's say you're living, right? And we're living in the same house, right? You're living in the same house with someone, right? But both, let's say y'all are some type of roommates, okay? Both of y'all are going to school, but you don't know what kind of job that other person do. You don't know what kind of things they're into, okay? But y'all just living. But if you're not aware of that, right, how can you protect yourself? So it's like, if you put yourself in a situation, right, if you find yourself in a situation, that situation, if you're not aware of what kind of situation, if you're not aware of what kind of situation you're into, how can you be aware of where you're going? How can you be aware of everything around you? How can you be aware of even yourself? Because I feel like if you're living, right, if you're living with someone, right, and you don't know exactly who this person is, and you have no idea what they do, you have no idea what they like or what kind of mission they have, okay? So now, how can you be aware of this person's reaction, or how can you be aware of the way you should be moving around that person? So now you get to think about it. The power of awareness has to do with your own situation. It's like everything you go through in life. It's like your life troubles. And then once you get to that power, to that awareness, you will see that that power of awareness is those life troubles that become your life principles, if that makes sense. I mean, I know, like, this little, I was trying to find a better example, but this little roommate, example is like so weak, but I was trying to find a better example. But hey, so yeah, man, so it's like everything you go through is like other troubles, winnings in life, everything, to have that power of awareness, to have that awareness, is when everything you go through, you'll realize that they are actually your life principles. They are actually what you needed to be at that level you are. And then if you feel like you're not ready, or you're not at that level you are, or you fail something, and things will always happen, or troubles, or everything that will happen, they will also become your life principles. But you have to be aware of what happened, of what caused those delays, of what made you skip that class, in order for you to have that awareness, in order for you to understand that these are actually life principles. Well, divine kings and queens, may all the love of the infinite intelligence, wisdom, healing of the Most High God flow right through you and be all around you, yo. Amen, yo.